Hello, I'm Andy.
I'm Nancy.
Welcome back. In the last video I mentioned solder, and Sean mentioned how he doesn't like the word solder in buses, and I can't disagree with him. I mentioned the word solder. I ended up not using solder. I ended up using whatever the connectors you see me using in this video. I know I commented that I use Wagyu because I didn't even know what I worked on in that video when I made that comment, but there's no soldering in any of this. It's all the proper, I don't even know the name of the connector, but you'll see.
And that other weird name connector, he actually does use, but not up there. He uses it where any wires connect in the bus.
Yeah, Wago, W-A-G-O, it's spelled. It's got an orange little cam. It seemed to be the best connector I could find for putting two wires together in a bus. But thank you for your concern, Sean. That was that's way better than a burnt down bus.
Very much so.
It's that smell inside the van. Time to crimp. I'll remember how to use this tool again once I use it. Instructions are down below, but I didn't read them the first time. I figured it out then too. Mostly. I know what I did wrong at least, I think. Always distracted. Two different ends. And then two different barrels or whatever these are called. Looked up, almost done putting this together, and realized you weren't on. Unbelievably cool crimper. Everything I've done so far has been permanent, I guess. I gotta zip tie some of these wires down, but I mean, everything I've done, nothing I'm undoing. I haven't done the math. I need at least a 10 gauge wire. I think a 10 gauge would be enough for the 4 panels. I use 6 gauge for the 8 panels. Yeah, that's probably what I'd like to use again. Either way, I don't have it. I do have 8 gauge, enough for the positive. I don't have enough for the negative. I got some 12 gauge black wire. I'm gonna run 2 strands of it, just to make up the difference, which I think 2 strands of 8 are going to do just fine. It's temporary. I'm not going to run them through the bus. I'm going to run them outside the bus to make sure that they're temporary too. And then I think I'll have to do the math. If I need 6 gauge or 8 gauge, whatever I need, yeah, 8 gauge is going to be enough. I'll just have to buy a second run of 8 gauge so I can have it for the negative, and then redo this negative side with plug-in connectors. Castiel. Hi, I'm up here. Yeah, I had to go underneath. I wish I could shut that off from here. I had to go underneath the washing machine, but I was able to make it reach using the holes that were already in the floor, so yeah, it's gonna work temporarily. We need a longer wire for the final, so whatever gauge it is that I need, I gotta buy 2 of them. So this one's like somewhere between 35 and 40 feet long, so a pair of 50s should do it. Finally got this thing pulled through though, so let's get it plugged back in back there. After looking at 2 strands of 12 gauge, it just didn't look like enough, so I'm going to triple it up, run 3 strands of 12 gauge. I'd go on the internet and see how much copper is in each of it, but it's over a 3-mile drive to the internet, and I'm just not going to have it. I'll just run a 3rd strand. I got a 500-foot spool I don't know what to do with, so I have 3 50-foot sections. I'll use it for this, and then when I'm done with it, I'll just know that they're 50 feet a piece. And it's a pretty long piece of wire, big enough scrap to do something with. And our kitty made it back outside. Okay, get this ground hooked up and get it hooked up to the grow watt, get the grow watt hooked up to the batteries, and yeah, it's going to be too late to probably, hasn't been much to charge with 2 grow watts today anyway, but might as well have it hooked up for tomorrow. It's going to rain all day, so whatever. I got some inside stuff to do tomorrow. I need to do this when it was not raining anyway. I have to make the wires on the ground here pretty still, and yeah, they probably have to get pulled out, rerun a little bit, but that's not what I'm worried about now. I want to get that grow watt on. I want to get it working, and which means I got to hook it up to the batteries, and I got to hook it up to the solar panels. That's really all it should take, is 2 wires to the batteries, and technically 4 wires, but 2 wires to the solar panels, and that's what I'm going to do now. Get to turn the power off to the bus, turn the power off on the batteries, but Nancy's done with it now, so I should have swept in here first too, but I didn't. I'll put 0 volts. I think I'm alright. Second. I guess that was on. Keep it attached. Let it go. Can't spark twice in a row then. You should have power again. Battery's at 72%. Let's get the solar panel hooked up to the second grow watt. We're gonna have to move you for that. Watts from the solar panels charging lithium. I'm gonna have to do some setup on this one. Might even have to change settings on this one now that there's 2, but might not have to. They each put out 110, each go to different sides of the box, kind of independently of each other. Each charge the batteries. Yeah, I'm gonna have to connect them together. I'm gonna have to do some reading. I got 2 more Cat 5 cables, so I got one to connect them together and one to connect that to the battery bank. Right now I'm putting 72 watts in and 245 watts in. 325 watts is better than 250. That's pretty cool. And the sun is just barely peeking over the mountains through clouds right now, so. Yeah, look at the sun just barely peeking. And the battery's flashing low, so that's where I'm going to have to leave you. Thanks for sticking along. I got tools to pick up, some stuff to put away, but I got power coming in from all the panels. Yeah, like I said, it's not done perfectly. Let me bring you to this side to show that my temporary, I do not want to mistake it for professional or done. Those wires have got to get run through a pass through and in through the bus, but I got to buy better wire. Till next time, peace.